Let's now move on to the third of the night. It's the Kowloon Bay. It kicks off the 6 up as well here in Hong Kong. 1200 metre Class 3. It's only a smallish field of 9 runners headed by Shanghai Master, who is a 2-time winner course and distance. Waldorf has been back to Chun Fa since his last start victory. He's won a trial there as well. Fearless Fire's drawn 9. Most Beautiful. Nordic Warrior, a winner at Chun Fa. He won the inaugural race there under the guidance of Matthew Chadwick for Richard Gibson. Confucius Day, Fantastic Fabio, Noble Delight and Starlit Night make up the 9. We can look at Chun Fa, the information there. Quite a few have been back and forth. Waldorf, Fearless Fire, Casper Fowles has kept him up there for quite some time, back and forth for races. Most Beautiful and Nordic Warrior. And there's a few more as well. Fantastic Fabio and Starlit Night. So more than half the field doing a bit of residing up at Chun Fa. Here's the speed map.
I think Fantastic Fabio, he's the one with all the pace here that he can lead with. Ben So claiming the £2. He's never won in Class 3 before, so that's a big question mark with him. Most Beautiful should get a good toe into the race. Waldorf, we know he's got a bit of speed. He's the informed horse at the moment. And Nordic Warrior, who did win the first race at Chun Fa, to settle on the outside of Noble Delight.
Fearless Fire, as you mentioned, has been up in Chun Fa for a long period of time. This is his gallop down here at Sha Tin once he came back on the 11th of April, and he moves nicely down the back straight. He looks nice and relaxed horse, and we know he does go well at Happy Valley, so he's definitely have to be a chance. Most Beautiful, another one we've seen up there in Chun Fa. He's come back here. He's got barrier number 1. He's a multiple winner this season already, and he goes nicely enough here. 1,200 metres again for him. Happy Valley seems to be his happy hunting ground as well. Noble Delight, been very consistent as well. He's been placed in his last 4 starts, in fact, gets another good draw in barrier number 3. So another one who's going to have a chance in this race. It's a good race, this one.
It is a good competitive race. A number of horses are in form, and Waldorf certainly in that category. He's had 11 starts this season for 2 wins, 4 minors and a couple of fourths. And he's got a real liking for the Valley. He
certainly does. He's won a recent trial up at Chun Fa as well by nearly 5 lengths. He's in form at the moment. He's pretty honest. He crossed early, had the perfect run on the rail, and it just opened up really nicely. He went on by to win this. Telecom Pumas there. You've got out wide, I think might be Fantastic 8 finishing off pretty well there as well. So he's in form. I haven't tipped him on top, but he'd be hard to beat, I think. Yeah,
I've got him on top. I just think there's more rating points in him. And the other thing is, if there is any rain around, he won on 2 heavy tracks in New Zealand before he got here. Now, we're not saying that we don't know what's going to happen with the weather, but it won't disadvantage him.
No, and I imagine a wet track at Awapuni and Wanganui would be pretty wet.
Wanganui?
Wanganui.
Oh, Wanganui, right. On that note, let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew Chadwick, who is the jockey aboard Nordic Warrior, who was quite impressive at his last start when he chats with Edward Sadler.
Matthew, Nordic Warrior, last start winner at Chun Fa, first ever winner there. Talk us through that win with him.
Oh, he went brilliant up there. He felt like a different horse. He definitely liked the surroundings there, and he did his job. And hopefully he can do the same tomorrow.
He's been tested up to 1,650 metres and placed at that distance. Is the 1,200 more of his go, though?
I think so. The way he's been running it, it seems like that. We felt earlier on he was getting a bit out of his ground over the 1,200, so we tried him over the 1,650. Just to help him balance up earlier on and hit the line. He always hit the line strongly, but I said at the Chun Fa he seemed to be a different horse, and he seemed to come on from his previous races, so he's gained in strength, so he's handling himself over the 1,200 again.
Do you think that trip up there might have turned him around a little bit?
Could do. As I say, he seemed like a completely different horse the other day at Chun Fa, so he travelled a lot better and he was a lot more within himself, so he's a much more all-round horse then, so hopefully he brings that back tomorrow night and we can see another positive outcome.
This is a ride for Richard Gibson. You've done a lot of riding for him this season. You rode a winner on the weekend for Man, a recent winner as well for Paul O'Sullivan. Has that been an objective of yours, to spread yourself around to as many trainers as possible?
Objective is to get decent rides, so wherever they come from, it doesn't really matter. I'm very grateful from the support, especially from stables like Richard and Paul and a few others, so but it's just getting on the right horse at the right time.
Yeah, well, I guess when you sort of, you get to this £2 claim and so forth, you've got to start working hard and knocking on other doors to get the rides, and Matthew's working hard and getting the results. The Richard Gibson stable's going really well at the moment too.
Yeah, he's had plenty of winners recently. Really, I think he'd certainly targeted Nordic Warrior to that race at Chung Fa as well. It was for the ISGs. He said when he basically arrived here, he wanted to win the first race at Chung Fa. That was the first race he did it, and he's only getting basically a £2 penalty for that as well.
No, definitely, yeah, it's a good one.
I like the way he stretched out final stages in that win. Let's move on to a horse that has had a few chances in the past in Noble Delight, and Fearless Fire certainly displayed signs of ability, and both these two I think you could recommend as some chance in the race.
Yeah, I've got them both in the numbers. Fearless Fire, he hit the line really strongly. It was a good run from him. Noble Delight's had his chances. He's getting down on the weights a little bit now, 119 he's at the moment. Joe Moreira, barrier 3, he's going to get his chance again.
Beaten favourite his last two. I don't think he's had too many excuses. He just doesn't seem to have a good, powerful kick at the end of his races, but he's a definite chance.
Field of 9, but there looks a few winning hopes. Who did you side with in the end, Paul?
I did side with the favourite, Waldorf. I think he's a horse that's on the up. Look, he's barrier 2. He's going to get the best run in the race. He won last start and he should have won the start before. So he's on top to beat Noble Delight, who'll run another honest race, as will Fearless Fire. The fourth one I just tossed up between, I put in Shanghai Master in the end because he's won off this rating before. He loves Happy Valley and he's back to 1,200 metres. He's going to be a big price. So I just thought he might add a little bit of spice to those exotics. 2, 8, 3 and 1, but I do like the 2.
On top for me is Noble Delight, Joe Moreira riding for John Symes. Got Waldorf and Nordic Warrior. Fantastic Fabio. He's never done much in Class 3 before, but he's one off a mark of 60. He's off 65 at the moment. He's beaten home Waldorf in a Class 4 race with an all-the-way win. And also in that race with Speedy Dragon, who's won twice, Bingo, who's won once, Addy Master, who's won once. So I'll throw him in 8, 2, 5 and 7.
I'm going to go with Nordic Warrior. I think he's quite well in here. He's only on a rating of 67, went up 3 points for that win at Chun Fa. So that's a pretty decent scenario for him. £2 more to carry, going well. Looks impressive. He's 1 for 1 over the course and distance. So he'll do me in race 3. So we're into the 6 up already. The triple trio starts on race 4. We'll have a look at 5 as well right after this.